Two county rivals square off, and Harrison wins the tip. Raiders with the ball. Christian Matthew brings it into the front court for Harrison. He's picked up defensively by Cesar Munoz at the point. Down low to Buchanan into the corner. We've got a three ball up and missed there by Matthew. Rebound is tipped around. Saved by Jeff. And Williams saved it to a Harrison player, Waters. He drives the bucket and draws a foul. He'll shoot two, and there is a critical mistake there, Paul, by Williams. You never save the ball underneath your opponent's bucket.
Yeah, he tried to get down back in, got it into a Harrison player, who immediately put it up and drew the foul. You're right, not a good choice.
So the free throw shooter, Lane Waters, makes the first of two for Harrison. And Harrison gets the game's first point. 7:41 to go here in the first quarter. Harrison leads 1-0. Waters eyes the second. It's in the air. He missed it. Nice rebound by Jeff Shane White. And here come the Broncos for their first possession. Munoz with it in the front court. To Koger over on the far sideline. The Raiders start the game in a 2-3 zone. Koger with the ball. Top of the key to Williams. Coming off that 20-point contest against Anderson in the loss to Anderson last Saturday, 82-72. Williams with it at the point. Right wing to Koger. As the Broncos face this 2-3 zone. Deep in the corner to Gamble. Back to Koger on the right wing. Top of the key to Williams. Left wing to Munoz now. Munoz on the dribble. Bounces off to Williams. Top of the key. Now right wing again to Koger. Back out high to Williams. Inside to Gamble in the paint. Now far corner. Koger lets the three fly, and he hits it. And Jeff leads the ball game 3-1.
A great job of being patient there by the Broncos, passing the ball around, and finally taking the open shot was Blaine Koger.
And Christian Matthew brings the ball up the floor for the Harrison Raiders. Harrison last Saturday got by Covington 59-41. They've won 2 out of 3. Corner jumper missed by Buchanan for Harrison. Ball knocked out of bounds by Harrison's Armstrong. Back to the Broncos. Jeff on top 3-1. 6:40 to go here. First quarter from Crowley Center. And Williams looks to the Jeff bench, gets the play call to Gamble now in the front court. The Raiders on a 2-3. They're going to try and extend the zone a little bit. Out on the point of that is Armstrong in the lane to Wyatt. He puts his head down, puts up a tough shot. No. Rebound taken out of there, but here's a steal by Wyatt, and he puts it up and in. Boy, good alert play by Wyatt to steal that ball. He lays it in for 2, 5-1 Jeff.
Yeah, Harrison's Matt Helms paying attention there as he got the inbound play, and nice awareness by Shane Wyatt to get the steal.
Matthew with the ball front court for the Raiders. Off to Helms, high right wing, guarded by Joe Gamble. Helms drives the lane. He lost the ball. Tipped taken away by Jeff Blaine Koger. Koger bounces into the front court to Williams, far corner to Koger on the right wing. Skip pass, near corner. Munoz shoots the three. No good. Rebound to Wyatt, though. His putback is good. Shane off to a hot start for the Broncos. He's got 4 of the 7, and Jeff off to a good start as well, Paul. 7-1 is the lead.
Yeah, Shane's done a great job of blocking out so far here in the first quarter.
Matthew with the ball front court for the Raiders to Waters. He drives the lane. A little scoop shot in the lane is good. He got the roll off the back of the iron. Lane has all 3 Raider points. 7-3 Jeff. Jeff quickly back up the floor. Gamble with it, left wing. Behind the arc. Now Joe drives inside. And a little pump fake. Puts up a shot. No. And goes to the line. And that was good aggressive play there by Joe Gamble. Driving inside. A little pump fake. And gets the ball up. And draws a foul here.
That once the Raiders have got their zone defense set up here, the Broncos are having some trouble finding an open man, and Joe Gamble just took it into his own hands, drove in there, and drew the foul. Levi Armstrong with the Harrison foul, his first team's first. Gamble missed the free throw. It rattled out of the rim. It was down and out. So Gamble will get a second here. 7-3, Jeff leads with 5:21 to go here in the first quarter. Harrison led 1-0. Now Jeff leads 7-3. 5:21, as I said, to go in the first quarter. Gamble's second free throw is good. 1 of 2 for Joe. 8-3, Jeff. Harrison inbounding in backcourt against pressure. Helms inbounds to Matthew. Matthew dribbling in the backcourt, picked up defensively by Jeff Cesar Munoz. Matthew still in the backcourt. Now dribbles it into the front court far sideline, off to Waters. Waters calls up off the play. To Armstrong, now to Matthew. Down low, it goes to Buchanan. A pump fake, and he travels. The Raiders now have turned it over 3 times in the game, and Coach Jeff Van Arsdale for Harrison didn't like the call. Jeff gets it back with a 5-point lead, 8-3. Considering that Harrison likes to play a slower offense, they really need to get back in this ballgame so that they can have a chance and not be playing catch-up for the rest of the game.
Yeah, the Raiders have now, Paul, switched to a 1-3-1 zone defense with Levi Armstrong on the point. Gamble side, a little pump fake, but he can't clear himself. Nice pass down to the Wyatt. He couldn't finish. So ball's going to go out of bounds back to the Raiders. A beautiful pass there by Joe Gamble, Paul, but Wyatt could not finish.
Yeah, and Wyatt almost managed to get the rebound. I'm not sure how the ball managed to go off him with 3 Raiders around him, but it is now Raiders ball there inbound.
8-3, full court pressure by the Broncos. A near steal. We've got a collision in the far corner. Ball is picked off by Joe Gamble of the Broncos. 4 Raider turnovers here in the first quarter. Inside pass to Wyatt from Koger, and Wyatt scores again. Shane with 6. Jeff leads 10-3, and Coach Van Harsdale needs a 30-second timeout to talk things over with Harrison. And I think probably a good idea by Jeff Van Harsdale.
Working hand in hand there, and you can tell the pressure is really starting to get to the Raiders already.
Nice to listen to our broadcast as well here at the Crawley Center. Raiders inbound in backcourt against pressure. And Matt Helms will bring it up the floor for Harrison. In the lane, Helms puts up a shot against Gamble and banks it in. Matt Helms with his first bucket, 10-5 Jeff. Jeff right back up the floor. Munoz with it to Williams as the Raiders stay in a 1-3-1. To Gamble right wing. He drives inside, and we've got a foul out on the floor. A pushing foul here against Harrison. Jeff will inbound the ball, leading by 5. We'll see who picked it up for Harrison. It's going to go against Christian Matthew, his first, and the team's second for Harrison. Gamble inbounding baseline right for Jeff into the far corner to Koger to Wyatt, and Wyatt's pass is tipped. Koger retrieves it, though. Far corner, 15-footer by Joe Gamble, way off the mark. Rebound to Christian Matthew for Harrison. Front court to Waters on the right wing, guarded by Williams. Waters, top of the key. We've got a loose ball. Steal here by Joe Gamble. He drives on Helms to the other end, puts it up and in, and we've got a foul in the bucket count. Joe gives a little fist pump, and he goes to the line here for a chance at a 3-point play. Joe with 3 points, and Jeff leads 12-5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, one of Joe's biggest strengths is that his ability to get up in the air, draw the foul, and still be able to get the ball off. And he managed to put that one in the basket right there.
Matt Helms with the foul, his first, team's third. Helms will go to the bench. And he was replaced by Michael Harville. So Joe looks at a potential 3-point play. The free throw is up and good. Jeff 13, Harrison 5, 3:47 to go in the first quarter, and Harrison's had all kinds of so far against the Jeff defensive pressure. Waters with it in the front court, top of the key. He drives the left side of the lane. We've got a holding foul here called on Brandon Williams of Jeff. That'll be his first and the team's second. And inbounding for Harrison will be Michael Harville. Baseline right. His club down by 8. Harville having a little trouble getting it in. Gets it into Waters on the right wing. Man-to-man pressure by the Broncos. Waters drives to the left. He gets in the lane, and he's fouled again by Williams. This time on a shot. And Waters will shoot 2 free throws. He leads Harrison scoring right now with 3 points. And Brandon Williams has just picked up his second here in the first quarter, Paul, and that's going to necessitate Scott Bunnell to bring in Tyler Richardson.
Yeah, and that was really an unnecessary foul down there. I'm sure he thought he got all ball there, but got the foul called on him, and that's the second one. He's going straight to the bench.
So the 5'8" junior Tyler Richardson checks in. Waters made the first free throw. 13-6 Jeff. Waters has the second free throw airborne, and he got the roll. Waters with 5 for Harrison. 13-7 Jeff. Now Harrison employs a little full-court pressure. Gamble swings it in the front court to Munoz. Nice cross-court pass. Koger tried an extra pass to Wyatt. Harrison knocked it away, and they get a steal here. Front court, 3-ball by Matthew, and the corner is short. And we get a violation. I think the official out high said the ball hit the top of the basket. Out of bounds, back to Jeff.
Harrison's back in their 2-3 zone here.
So Harrison back into the 2-3. As Paul said, they were in a 1-3-1 for a little bit. Now they're back in the 2-3. Richardson with it, top of the key for the Broncos. Now he dribbles over to the far sideline. Far corner to Koger. Back out high to Richardson, left wing to Munoz. Now Richardson again, right back to Munoz, left wing. Munoz on the dribble, bounces to Richardson, far corner to Koger. But his pass is tipped away out of bounds by Harrison. Jeff will keep it. Substitution for the Raiders. Matt Helms checks back in, replacing Lane Waters. And Jeff leads 13-7, 2:51 to go in the first quarter here from the Crawley Center. And Tyler Tyler Richardson with the basketball for Jeff to Gamble against the 2-3. Loose ball retrieved by Gamble, near corner to Koger, and he's called for a travel. So Jeff now has turned it over 3 times. And that's what Harrison wants to do here tonight, Paul. They want to slow this tempo down, and Coach Van Arsdale thinks the best way to do that is play his zone defense.
Yeah, that's right. You know, that one time around, we got a foul call here, but that one time around they went with the full court press. I'm not sure why they would do that. It does not seem in Harrison's advantage to employ the full court press.
Joe Gamble picks up a foul on the inbounds play here, his first, team's 4th. Raiders inbounding in backcourt against full court pressure by the Broncos. Helms inbounds, gets it into Dylan Buchanan. Dylan gives off to Matthew, and Matthew sends it to Helms. Far sideline still in the backcourt. Helms dribbles it into the front court. He's picked up by Joe Gamble. Helms looked like he traveled, and that is the call. So Harrison now with 6 turnovers. They've got almost as many turnovers as they do points with 2:31 to go here in the first quarter, trailing 13-7.
Yeah, and for a team with a half-court offense and already being down by 6 points, they really can't afford to be turning the ball over at this point in the game.
Gamble with it to Richardson, top of the key. Raiders stay in the zone, far corner to Wyatt, to Richardson. Back in the corner this time to Munoz. Now to Richardson again, top of the key. Gamble with it left wing. Gamble to the top of the key on the dribble. He lost the ball, and he'll get it back right in front of us here. He's double-teamed. The ball is loose on the floor. We're going to have a held ball here. Possession error will keep it with the Broncos. And Gamble, as soon as he lost that ball, the Raiders double-teamed him right in front of their own bench, and they forced a held ball.
Yeah, Joe looked like he tried to bounce the ball off a Raider out of bounds, but it was a jump ball.
Richardson with the ball, top of the key between the circles, far sideline to Koger, skip pass to Munoz, left wing. Munoz bounces to Richardson, now far corner to Koger. Back out high to Richardson, 13-7, Jeff, under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Munoz with it, back to Richardson again as they try to attack the zone to the Broncos. Koger, cross-court pass to Munoz on the left wing. Munoz dribbles, finds Richardson again, top of the key, and right wing to Koger. Down low, baseline right. Wyatt turns, puts the shot up high. No, it wouldn't fall. Rebound to Buchanan for the Raiders. And here comes Matthew into the front court for Harrison on the dribble. He wants to drive on Munoz. Matthew turns, and he gives it to Harville. Harville stops on the left wing, off to Helms, and way out high to Matthew, top of the key. Matthew on the dribble. Pulls on 3, no good. Rebound is grabbed by Joe Gamble. Gamble brings it up the floor. Off to Richardson. Now to the right wing to Koger. Koger on the dribble. In the near corner to Munoz. He launches a 3. Got it! Caesar with his first point. It's a 3 ball, and Jeff leads 16-7. 1 minute to go in the first quarter.
That was a nice quick release by Cesar as the defense was closing in on him.
And now we get a 5-second violation, so the Bronco full court pressure forces the Raiders to turn it over for the 7th time. As we get Jordan Oakley into the ball game now for Jeff. Jordan, his first action, a 6'1 senior. He replaced Wyatt. Gamble inbounds to Munoz on the right wing. Out high to Richardson. Left wing to Koger. He bounces in the lane to Oakley, and Oakley turned it over. Ball stolen away by Buchanan for the Raiders. Waters with it front court. He slashes to the bucket. His shot blocked. Buchanan grabbed the rebound, and he puts it back in for 2. Dylan Buchanan with his first bucket, 16-9, Jeff on top. Richardson with the ball, 28 seconds to go for the Broncos. Far corner, Koger swings it into the near corner to Munoz. He drives inside, and he's fouled. And the officials say he's fouled in the act of shooting, so Caesar to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Harrison's back in their 1-3-1 zone here.
Matt Helms is called for his second personal. So Cesar Munoz, he's got 3 points in the ball game for Jeff on a made 3-pointer. His first free throw is short. Substitution for Jeff. Timmy Fogarty checks in for the first time, replacing Joe Gamble. So Timmy's a 6-foot junior. He'll come in for his first action of the ball game. 16-9, Jeff continuing to lead. 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Munoz makes 1 of 2 as he made the second. And we're going to get Christian Matthew back in the Harrison lineup. He's going to replace Matt Helms. Jeff employing some full court pressure. The Raiders inbound and backcourt down by 8, 17-9. They'll have to go the full length of the floor here in 22 seconds. Waters inbounds, gets it into Buchanan. And Buchanan sends it back to Waters with 18 seconds to go.
Waters crosses the half-court line, picked up by Munoz. Far sideline to Matthew. He drives the lane. His shot up. No. Rebound is tipped and grabbed by Fogarty with 7 seconds to go. Fogarty into the front court. 4 seconds to go. And this pass is kicked. No, they're going to call a travel first on Timmy Fogarty. That'll be the 5th Bronco turnover with 3.3 seconds to go in the quarter. 17-9 Jeff, and Levi Armstrong inbounds in backcourt for the Raiders. 3.3 to go into Matthew. Matthew with 2 seconds to go. Matthew launches from just past half court, and he hit the back of the iron. Shot no good. Jeff will lead after the first quarter of play. We'll have second quarter action. You're listening to Bronco basketball on Jeff 92. 17-9 against Harrison. Harrison will have the ball to start the second quarter. I want to remind everybody you can get live real-time statistics on tonight's ball game at www.cybersportsusa.com. Harrison with the ball on the baseline. They score on a nice shot off the glass by Michael Harville. His first two, they were down by 6 as Harrison, 17-11. So the 1-3-1. Harrison starts the second quarter on defense as the Broncos with the ball. Tyler Richardson, Timmy Fogarty, Jordan Oakley, Blaine Koger, and Cesar Munoz on the floor for the Broncos. Fogarty inside to Oakley. He puts his head down, a pump fake on the baseline. Shot up and good off the glass. Good take there by Oakley. His first two, 19-11, Jeff.
Yeah, as Jordan first looked at the basket, he wasn't open. Got inside and put the ball in.
Lane Waters for the Raiders brings it into the front court. Waters drives the left side of the lane into the corner to Armstrong. Now he drives back inside. Shot blocked by Koger. Koger leads the break to Richardson. He spins inside. Bounces to Fogarty in the far corner. The ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Raiders. We've played a minute here in the second quarter. 19-11, Jeff on top as Matt Helms checks back in for Harrison, replacing Lane Waters. Timmy Fogarty inbounding baseline right for the Broncos. Richardson hit the deck there. He got back up, and the pass knocked out of bounds there by Michael Harville of the Raiders. Jeff will inbound over on the far sideline this time, and Fogarty will inbound again. He gets it into Richardson, left wing to Munoz. Raiders have gone back into a 2-3 zone, right wing to Koger. Back out high to Tyler Richardson, inside to Fogarty. A bounce pass down low underneath to Oakley. He's double-teamed, and we've got a whistle and a 3-second violation against the Broncos. 6th turnover. 6:45 left second quarter, 19-11 Jeff. Jeff's had one deficit in this ball game, 1-0. Other than that, they've led all the way. On the other end, Helms puts his head down, drives the bucket. He's fouled on the floor. It'll be Jeff's 15th foul. As the foul whistled on Cesar Munoz, his first. Matt Helms with the inbounds pass here for the Raiders, baseline left. Helms gets it in on the baseline to Buchanan. Back to Helms in the corner. Now to Buchanan again. He turns on the baseline, puts up a shot, and wouldn't fall. Rebound to Blaine Koger. Now to Richardson. Far corner, front court to Munoz. He drives the baseline, and he'll draw a blocking foul. And Cesar will step back to the foul line, where he's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe so far tonight. Dylan Buchanan called for his first personal for the Harrison Raiders, team's 5th. Cesar Munoz with 4 points so far in the ball game, and Jeff out in front by 8, 19-11. If Cesar makes them both here, Jeff will have their first double-figure lead of the ball game. We're going to get a Harrison substitution here in a moment. Looks like Doug Wheeler will check in. He'll check in after the first free throw. Now they're going to bring him in now. Nope, they say nope. Doug will have to wait till after the first. 6:24 to go here in the second quarter. Jeff leading 19-11. Jeff led after the first quarter, 17-9. Cesar's first free throw is no good. So now Doug Wheeler checks in. He'll replace Dylan Buchanan. Buchanan will take a seat with 2 points for the Raiders. Munoz gets the basketball. He dribbles on the second free throw. It's in the air, and he got it. Cesar with 5. 20-11. Jeff, we get substitutions. Shane Wyatt back in for Jeff. Lane Waters in for Harrison. And Joe Gamble comes back in as well as
Fogarty and, or I should say, Oakley and Munoz went to the bench. Full court pressure. Raiders inbound. They break the pressure. Helms with it. Bounces in the near corner to Waters. Waters closely guarded by Tyler Richardson. Off to Armstrong. Armstrong now back to Waters, far sideline. Waters on the dribble. Waters sends it to Armstrong, top of the key, and right wing to Helms. He drives inside, gets his way to the bucket, and missed the shot. It rattled out. Rebound tipped around and grabbed by Timmy Fogarty of Jeff. To Richardson. He dribbles it up the floor, near corner. Koger, he fires a three. It's no good. Rebound is grabbed nicely by Waters, but he stepped on the end line when he grabbed that rebound there. And Lane, that was a situation where I don't think Lane knew where he was on the floor there, and he turned it over. Harrison has 8 turnovers.
Yeah, he pretty clearly stepped on the line there, but, you know, he was just trying to get the rebound and didn't see where he was.
Inbounds play here by Jeff, and the inbounds pass came into Fogarty. We've got a Harrison foul. It's going to go on Levi Armstrong, his second. Team 6. So with 5:49 to go, second quarter. Next foul, Jeff will be in the 1-and-1. Inbounds pass to Wyatt, baseline left. He spins in the lane. Tough shot, wouldn't fall for Shane. Rebound to Harrison. 20-11 is the Raider deficit. Matthew with the ball front court. He pulls up the foul line, missed the shot. He was fouled, though. And Christian Matthew will shoot a couple free throws here for Harrison. And Christian is yet to score in the ball game tonight, Paul. We're into the second quarter, and he averages 18 points a ball game.
Yeah, you were talking to Coach Bunnell before the game about that, and the Raiders, he is definitely their offensive catalyst, and they really need him in their scoring. And when he's not, it's not a good night for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they called the Jeff foul on. They put 34 on the scoreboard, and there's no 34 on the Jeff roster. Or, excuse me, yeah, there is. Timmy Fogarty. As the free throws are, 1 of 2 is made there by Christian Matthew. Back up the floor. Koger spots a wide open Shane Wyatt underneath the bucket for 2. He's got 8, and Jeff leads by 10, 22-12.
Yeah, great job of breaking the full court pressure and finding the wide open Shane Wyatt down underneath.
Helms with the ball, front court, now to Waters. In the far corner it goes to Helms. He's double teamed, back out high to Waters. Waters to Armstrong, and then right wing to Matthew. He's going to shoot a 3, and he'll miss it. Rebound is tipped. Grabbed by Harrison Helms. He missed the putback try. Got his own rebound, and we get a Bronco foul. Helms will go to the line for, well, the officials, I think they signaled 1-and-1. It'll be a 1-and-1 here for Matt Helms, as the second foul is whistled on Timmy Fogarty. Cesar Munoz will replace Timmy, or no, he won't. He'll replace Blaine Koger in the Jeff lineup. We got a full timeout.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel.
Paul Brown with you on our coverage of Bronco boys basketball. Jeff with its largest lead, 10, 22-12 right now against Harrison. Matt Helms, though, at the line here for Harrison, shooting 1-and-1. Helms eyes the first free throw. It's in the air, and he got it. Matt in the ball game right now with 3 points for the Raiders. Lane Waters leads Harrison in scoring right now with 5 points. Helms dribbles on the second. It's in the air, and he missed it. Rebound is grabbed, though, by Harrison. And pulling that out was Doug Wheeler. Matthew with it, out high. To Helms on the right wing. He drives inside. His shot up high off the glass. No, rebound is tipped and grabbed by Harrison. And now we get another foul on Jeff. This will go against Shane Wyatt. And that was Ryan Powell on that shot attempt for the Raiders, who had checked in during that last dead ball timeout, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. And very evident here tonight, Paul, the officials are calling this game very closely inside.
Yeah, they definitely have been calling several shots that could have been potentially blocked shots. They called them fouls. And, 2 offensive rebounds for the Raiders is not what the Broncos want.
That was caught on Shane Wyatt, his second personal. He'll have to check out. He's replaced by Jordan Oakley. So Ryan Powell made the first free throw. We get a Raiders substitution. Michael Harville comes back into the ball game. And I think he replaced Matt Helms.
that was the case. As Powell made two free throws there. So Ryan Powell makes a pair. 22-14 Jeff. Richardson with the ball front court. Now to Joe Campbell. Top of the key. The Raiders are, it looks like, man-to-man defense now. Richardson far sideline, top of the key to Gamble. He pulls up at the foul line. Tough shot, missed it. Rebound is loose and grabbed by Doug Wheeler for Harrison. Off to Waters. Waters crosses the half-court stripe, picked up by Munoz. Into the corner to Matthew. He drives the baseline. Closely guarded by Fogarty, and a great defense there by Timmy Fogarty to knock that ball away from Matthew. The Raiders, I believe, are going to keep the ball, though.
Yeah, we mentioned they've been calling a lot of fouls inside. They have not been calling a lot of fouls outside. That could have been called a foul on Timmy Fogarty there as he dove to knock the ball away. But it will go out of bounds, and it'll be Raider ball.
Fogarty checked in, replacing Tim, or I should say Fogarty checked out. Blaine Koger replaced him in the Bronco lineup. Harville with the ball for the Raiders. Top of the key, off to Waters. He pulls up on the right wing. Shot blocked by Koger. And Koger grabbed the rebound, and he's fouled in the front court. I think it was Doug Wheeler who picked up that foul, and that'll send Blaine Koger to the foul line for a 1-and-1. And that was a nice block, and Blaine did a good job of grabbing the rebound as well.
Yeah, Blaine got beat by his man there, came around behind and got the block. Got the ball, too, and brought it down the floor to pick up the foul.
So the foul was on Doug Wheeler, his first. 22-15, Jeff on top. 3:57 left in the first half. Blaine Koger, the free throw shooter, he's got 3 points in the ball game. None of them from the foul line, and he missed the front end of 1-and-1, and the rebound to Doug Wheeler for Harrison. Broncos have missed 2 of 3 free throws here in the second quarter. Front court, Harville with the ball for Harrison. Off to Wheeler, top of the key, guarded by Oakley. Now right wing to Waters. Waters bounces out high to Matthew. He pulls up for an 18-footer, missed it. Another rebound to Koger. Nice outlet pass to Munoz. He's in the lane. Dishes off to Richardson. Richardson missed the shot, but on the way to the bucket, he was fouled. And Tyler will go to the line for a couple of free throws here for the Broncos. The Broncos, on a couple possessions here, Paul, have done a nice job with their transition offense, not allowing Harrison to get back and set up defensively.
Yeah, the Raiders have shown that when they get their zone defense set up, the Broncos have been having trouble penetrating that. But the Broncos' strength on offense is their full-court offense, and they've been using that well tonight.
Ryan Powell picked up his first personal as the free throw was made by Tyler Richardson. Another Harrison substitution. Matt Helms checks in Christian Matthews. Tyler looks at the second free throw. It's in the air, and he missed it. It rattled out. Rebound is tipped out of bounds by Jeff Jordan Oakley. Harrison will get it back, trailing 23-15. 3:33 left before halftime. Helms inbounding in backcourt against full court pressure into Waters. Waters picked up by Koger. Now he's double-teamed. Waters needs help. He finds Helms, who brings him to the front court. He bounces down low to Harville. Harville pulls it out into the far corner. Now back out high to Waters, guarded by Koger. At the half-court line, Waters. Now far sideline to Helms. Into the far corner it goes to Harville. Back to Helms and out high to Wheeler. Right wing to Waters. And Waters turned it over. Pass was intercepted by Oakley. But when Oakley intercepted the ball, he called for a double dribble, so the Raiders will get it right back.
The Broncos have really shown here tonight. They've been playing a man defense on their defensive side of the ball, and they've really been doing a good job of playing with a lot of energy and switching up when they get come off a screen or something like that.
Christian Matthew checked back in for the Raiders. Helms inbounds to Harville. He drives inside in the lane. He turns and finds Matthew back out high, top of the key to Helms, right wing. Now in the lane to Harville. He shoots a runner in the lane and got the roll. For Michael Harville, he's got 4, and the lead now is 23-17 in favor of Jeff. Munoz with it, front court, right wing for the Broncos, top of the key to Koger. Now left wing to Gamble. Gamble looks inside. He lobs it down low to Oakley. He's double-teamed into the corner to Gamble. He shoots the 3. It wouldn't fall in for Joe. The rebound to the Raiders. Christian Matthews, front court, top of the key for the Raiders. Wants to drive on Munoz. Now swings it off to Powell. Powell to Harville. Into the corner to Helms. Now to Matthew again, top of the key. Matthew in the lane. He's in trouble. He fires a shot anyway. The shot was partially blocked by Munoz. Rebound to Richardson. Now to Munoz in the front court. He dribbled it off his foot. Oakley got the loose ball, though. Oakley missed the shot. Rebound to Harrison.
Matthew up the floor on the right wing. Matthew with it. Broncos double teaming. Matthew needs help. Ball is loose. But we're going to get a foul here against Jeff. Jordan Oakley will pick up his first personal. And Christian Matthew will go back to the foul line for one opportunity. He's 1 of 2 from the foul line so far in the game.
Yeah, and one of the reasons he's been so quiet is that Jeff has done a nice job of keeping him from getting open looks. Just about every time he gets the ball, he's got 1, maybe 2 Jeff defenders right in his face.
23-17, Jeff leads. Matthew at the line, 1 and 1. His free throw is good. And he's got 2 points, both from the foul line here with 1:59 left in the second quarter. And as I said a little bit earlier, he averages 18 points a ball game. Matthew's second free throw in the air, and he missed it. Nice rebound to Jeff Oakley. And here comes Tyler Richardson. Tyler's played much of the first half because the starting point guard, sophomore Brandon Williams, picked up 2 quick personal fouls in the first quarter. Gamble flashes to the bucket, dishes into the far corner. Koger, who sticks the 3. Koger has got 6 points, both on made threes. Jeff leads 26-18. Matthew crosses the half-court line for the Raiders. Off to Harville, far sideline, guarded by Richardson. Harville dribbles to his right, loses the ball, nearly walks with the ball. Now he gives off to Matthew out at the half-court line. Into the near corner to Powell. Powell dribbles to his left, finds Helms in the lane. Nice pump fake, and Helms missed the shot, but the rebound is tipped, missed by Harville. Then we had another rebound putback try by Doug Wheeler of Harrison, and Wheeler was fouled on that putback try. He'll go to the line for 2 more opportunities here at the foul stripe.
Harrison's really not much of a bigger team than Jeff. Not as big as some of the teams that Jeff has faced. Maybe a couple inches all around they've got on Jeff, but they're really not a big team, and Jeff needs to rebound better against them.
Joe Gamble called for his second personal. Wheeler misses the first of 2. But he's yet to score in the ballgame. Gamble checks out with the 2 personals replaced by Timmy Fogarty. 1:13 left here in the second quarter. Lafayette Jeff leads Harrison 26-18. Wheeler's second free throw is no good. He missed them both. Rebound is tipped. Wheeler got his own rebound. And then Richardson knocked the ball out of bounds in front of the Bronco bench. And, boy, the free throw shooter comes up with his own rebound there. Good hustle by Doug Wheeler. I'm sure that won't make Bronco head coach Scott Bunnell happy, though. Powell inbounds to Helms in the backcourt for the Raiders. Raiders have kind of hung around here in the first half. To Wheeler, he tries a backdoor pass to Matthew underneath, deflected out of bounds by the Broncos. Jeff's largest lead here in the first half. Matt Helms inbounding baseline right for the Raiders, into the corner to Harville, back to Helms underneath. He clears himself for an easy layup. Matt Helms with 5, and it's 26-20, Jeff on top. 53 seconds to go in the half. Bronco ball front court. Fogarty with it to Richardson. Now to Munoz right in front of us here. And he holds the ball with 43 seconds to go. Now Munoz puts it on the floor. He drives the bucket. He's in the lane. His shot up and good. Caesar took it right to the bucket. He's got 7. 28-20, Jeff.
Yeah, nice spin move before the layup there.
Matthew with the ball in backcourt for the Raiders. He'll dribble it into the front court, guarded by Fogarty. Matthew in the lane. Matthew gets all the way to the bucket. A wild shot missed. Another rebound for Harrison. Wheeler missed the putback try. And then Munoz finally grabs the board for Jeff, and he draws a foul. Michael Harville will pick up the foul, and that'll send Cesar Munoz to the line for a 1-and-1 at the other end with Jeff leading by 8.
Yeah, Christian Matthew, he seems to be getting desperate down there on the offensive side. He's looking for a shot that's not really there, and that time he went in for the layup, and he was not open. Instead of passing, he tried to put it up, and it was not even close.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Jeff's got him frustrated here in the first half. As Munoz makes the first, he'll get the bonus. 18 seconds left to go here in the half. Jeff leading 29-20. That was the Raiders' 19th foul. Munoz eyes the second. It's in the air. He got them both. So he's made 3 free throws in a row. Jeff by 10, 30-20. Helms inbounds in backcourt for the Raiders against pressure. Into Matthews. Back to Helms. With 14 seconds to go, Helms brings it into the front court. Helms at the high post to Powell, who hands off to Matthews on the right wing. He slipped. He fell down with the ball. This is to Helms. 5 seconds to go. He pulls up in the corner for an 18-footer. Rebound is knocked out of bounds by Harrison with 1.9 left. Jeff will inbound in backcourt. I think here, Paul, you can try for a pass, maybe to half court, and launch a shot.
Yep.
Fogarty inbounds and backcourt to Richardson. Richardson launches at half court. The shot is up and hit the back of the iron, wouldn't fall. So Jeff will take a double-digit lead to the locker room. Leading.
I wanted to make the difference in the world. The guard is a huge help to the community.
Second half with the ball, moving left to right. Joe Gamble, Brandon Williams, Shane Wyatt, Koger, and Cesar Munoz on the floor. Waters for the Raiders. He gets a screen. Dishes over on the right wing to Helms. Helms now gets the screen. He stops in the left wing and bounces off to Matthew. Matthew, top of the key, behind the arc. He comes down the lane, stops the foul line, pump fake, launches a jumper, wouldn't fall. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Lafayette Jeff. The Raiders will keep it. Raiders are going to make a substitution here quickly. Brandon Alford will check in for his first action and replacing Christian Matthew, and that's a little strange decision here, Paul, with 7:02 in the third quarter to take Matthew out of the ballgame. No foul committed even.
Yeah, and he's not resting because he's tired, you'd assume. So that is an interesting call.
Perhaps Van Arsdale a little frustrated with what Matthew was giving him out on the floor. He checks out. Inbounds pass kicked away by Jeff. They'll inbound again with the Raiders on the baseline. Matt Helms to inbound. 6:57 to go, third quarter. Jeff on top, 30-20. Waters with it. He's double teamed in the corner, and his pass is batted out of bounds by Jeff's Brandon Williams. Helms inbounds again in front of the Raider bench, gets it into Waters. The Raiders are moving right to left in the second half. Helms in the lane. His bounce pass is intercepted by Shane Wyatt. Shane finds Munoz in the front half court. He spins. His shot no good. Rebound is grabbed by Harrison. So neither team scored yet here in the third quarter, and we played about a minute and a half. Alford with it front court. Off to Waters, top of the key. Waters on the dribble. Comes down the right side of the lane to the baseline. Nearly fell down with the ball, but kept his balance. Helms with it. He gets the screen top of the key, and he bounces off to Alford in the left wing, guarded by Munoz. Alford sends it down low to Buchanan. He puts the shot up off the glass and scores. Dylan Buchanan with 4, and Harrison gets the deficit down to 8, 30-22. Bronco ball, front court, near corner, Koger. Skip pass to the left wing to Williams. Far corner, Munoz. He lets a three fly. It wouldn't fall. Rebound to Shane Wyatt. Wyatt's putback try. Wouldn't fall. And Buchanan with the board for the Raiders. Here come the Raiders into the front court. Alford with it, right wing. He stops at the foul line. Dishes out to Helms. Top of the key, guarded by Gamble. Helms drives inside. He's double teamed, and he traveled. Raiders now have turned it over 12 times in the ballgame.
A spotty play from both sides being shown here thus far in the third quarter. Christian Matthew will now come back in for Harrison.
He's going to replace Matt Helms. 5:54 to go here in the third quarter. Jeff leading 30-22, and Jeff has still not scored yet in this third quarter. The Raiders have only 2 points, so it's not like the offense has been ablaze by them either. Raiders back in a 2-3 zone now on defense. They played much of the first half in a zone defense. Koger with it on the right wing. Sends a nice pass down over the baseline to Wyatt, who puts it in for 2. Wyatt into double figures with 10. Jeff leads by 10 again, 30-22.
Yeah, great job by Blaine Koger driving in there, drawing the double team, and then dishing a beautiful pass to Shane Wyatt.
Alford with it front court for the Raiders to Waters. He drives inside. He's cut off. Top of the key, Matthew. He launches a three. It's too strong. Rebound to Gamble. Boy, Matthew is cold tonight. Full court pass is tipped. Grabbed by Williams underneath the baseline, on the baseline, and he passes it off to Munoz. The ball is loose on the floor. The Raiders tie up Munoz, and the Raiders have the arrow. They get the ball back here.
Yeah, Jeff was fortunate to even manage to keep the ball there. A long pass, and 2 Raiders got their hands on it, but it ends up being a Raider ball anyway.
Coach Funnell is going to take a timeout here to talk this, and then Jeff won a 1-point thriller over there, 64-63. Raiders had a good team last year, though. I think they had like 16 regular season, or 16 victories in total last year for head coach Jeff Van Arsdale. They were hit a little bit with graduation. Waters with it in the front court. We've got Levi Armstrong in the game now for the Raiders. Alford with it near corner. Out high to Waters, guarded by Brandon Williams. Waters picks up his dribble, needs help, finds Armstrong, top of the key. Now far sideline to Matthew. Down low on the baseline to Buchanan. Buchanan fumbled the ball around, and then it was knocked out of bounds by Lafayette Jeff. The Raiders will keep it.
Yeah, that ball kind of slipped over Buchanan's shoulder, and for some reason Wayne also got his hand on the ball as it was headed out of bounds.
Alford Alford inbounding, baseline right for the Raiders. He lobs it into Buchanan in the lane, and Buchanan couldn't get it to fall. It was a good athletic play. He just couldn't put it in for two. Jeff rebounds the ball. Up the floor, Koger with it. Left wing to Munoz. He drives inside. His runner in the lane wouldn't fall. Rebound grab by Armstrong for the Raiders. Both teams cold here in the third quarter. Both teams with just 2 points so far. Loose ball. Armstrong picks it up in the Raider front. 4:24 to go, third quarter. Jeff leading 32-22. Waters with it top of the key. Between the circles on the dribble for the Raiders. Left wing to Armstrong. Bounces in the lane to Buchanan. Out high to Alford. Guarded by Koger. Now far sideline to Waters. Down low on the baseline to Buchanan. He turns on Wyatt. Puts up a shot, no. But drew a foul on Shane Wyatt. And that's Shane's third personal foul. And Dylan Buchanan will shoot 2 free throws for Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison's not been able to get very many open looks. He's only got 2 points so far in the second half. Well, actually, each team has only 2 points so far in the second half. And good job by Buchanan of driving in to get the foul.
Buchanan's first free throw is good. He's got 5 points. Substitution for Harrison. Matt Helms checks back in, replacing Brandon Alford. And it looks as though Coach Bunnell will leave Shane Wyatt in the lineup with 3 personals for the time being, as Buchanan makes the pair for the Raiders. 8-point lead for Lafayette, Jeff, 32-24, as we approach the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Gamble with the front court. He drives inside down the lane, fires a shot. It wouldn't fall. Another rebound for Dylan Buchanan for Harrison. He finds Waters in the front court for the Raiders. Out high to Buchanan. Left wing to Helms. Helms bounces inside to Armstrong. Back out high to Matthew. Matthew in trouble. Back on the baseline to Armstrong, and he puts in a 10-footer for 2 on the baseline. And now it's a 6-point Jeff lead, 32-26. The Raiders definitely hanging around in this game. 2-3 defense by the Raiders. The Broncos try to attack it in the front court. Williams with it, top of the key. Inside pass is stolen away by Harrison. Matthew with the ball. He drives down the right side of the lane, and Williams took it away from him for Jeff. Williams races to the other end. He's grabbed from behind by Matt Helms. That'll be Matt Helms' third personal.
Williams followed up a poor pass there with some great defense down the other end, stopping the breakaway for Christian Matthew and bringing it down and drawing a foul on the other end.
Both teams have committed 1 team foul here in the second half with 3:18 left third quarter. Jeff will inbound baseline left in the front court, leading 32-26. Gamble inbounds to Koger, left wing. Far corner to Williams. He's going to pull it out high, top of the key. Sends it right wing to Munoz. Back to Williams against the 2-3 zone. Now far sideline to Koger. Bounces inside to Wyatt. Loose ball. We may get another held ball. We will. Possession arrow this time favors the Broncos. Broncos have been outscored 6-2 so far in the third quarter, and that's going to cause Coach Bunnell to call another timeout. Good shots here in the quarter. They just haven't gotten them to fall, though.
Yeah, and Harrison certainly has the right to feel they're back in this game. Only a 6-point deficit.
And I'm not sure that was the shot Coach Bunnell was looking for out of the timeout. A pull-up jumper off of 1 inbounds pass to Brandon Williams on the left wing, and he airballed it out of bounds to the Raiders.
Yeah, Coach Bunnell certainly is upset right now.
Raiders will inbound in backcourt down by 6. They double team Matthew. He finds Helms, and Helms will dribble into the front court. Far corner to Waters for the Raiders. Now top of the key to Armstrong, and left wing to Helms, guarded by Gamble. Down low on the block to Buchanan. He turns on Wyatt and scores. Dylan Buchanan has 6 points in the quarter. Raiders down by just 4, 32-28. Williams with the ball front court for the Broncos. Right wing to Koger. Back out high to Williams. Williams bounces again to Koger on the right wing. Koger back out high again to Williams against this 2-3 zone. Far sideline to Munoz. Munoz bounces on the right wing to Koger. Koger back to Munoz left wing. Now top of the key to Williams. And right wing again to Koger. Inside to Wyatt. Wyatt turns. Nice move to his left, and he scores for 2. Shane Wyatt with 12, 34-28, Jeff.
Yeah, that was really a basket that was critical for Jeff to keep the Raiders at a 6-point deficit here.
On the other end, Wayne Waters misses a 15-footer. Rebound putback, though, is good by Matt Helms. He's got 7, 34-30 Jeff. Broncos quickly up the floor as they try to prevent Harrison from setting up in the 2-3, but Harrison does get set up in that 2-3 zone. Williams with it, sends it far corner to Munoz. Back out high to Williams. Now right wing to Koger. They look inside for Wyatt. Back out high to Williams. Now to Koger again in the corner. Koger going to shoot a long three. Got it! Wade Koger has 9 points on 3 made threes, and Jeff leads 37-30.
Yeah, he was looking for a pass all the way there. Couldn't find anything and buried the three-pointers.
Here's a steal by Jeff's Brandon Williams. He drives to the other end, pulls up in the wing for a 15-footer. Wouldn't fall. And Dylan Buchanan grabbed the rebound for the Raiders. Lane Waters with it front court for Harrison. He gets the ball back on a pass from Helms. Top of the key to Armstrong. Guarded by Koger. Now far corner to Waters. Broncos up by 7, under a minute to play to Buchanan. He puts his head down, and he's fouled on his way to the bucket. Foul on the floor. The Raiders will take it out of bounds. It's just the second Bronco team foul of the half. Foul, though, on Shane Wyatt. That's his 4th, and he's going to have to check out. He'll be replaced by Jordan Oakley. And Brandon Alford comes back into the Harrison lineup, replacing Lane Waters. 57.6 to go, third quarter. Broncos by 7. Helms inbounds, far corner to Matthew. Back to Helms on the baseline. He spins, and he's fouled on the shot. Joe Gamble will pick up the personal foul, his 3rd. Team's 3rd. Matt Helms will be the free throw shooter. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 7 points for the Raiders. So Helms dribbles at the foul line. His free throw is in the air, and he got it. He's got 8 points. It's about 2 points above his average. 6-point lead for the Broncos. Helms dribbles on the second. It's in the air, and he misses it. Rebound is tipped and grabbed by Jordan Oakley of the Broncos. To Williams, now in the front court to Koger. Koger drives inside, and he's in the lane. He hangs in the air. Tough shot. Wouldn't fall. Here come the Raiders. Alford up the near sideline into the front court. Picked up his dribble. He needs help. To Matthew at the half-court line. Matthew double team. Now sends it over on the far sideline to Helms. 30 seconds to go in the quarter for Helms. Helms top of the key. He's double teamed. He needs help. Out to Matthew over on the far sideline. Matthews sends it to Alford. Alford lost the ball. He got it back. 18 seconds to go. Alford needs help, and he gets it to Matthew between the circles with 14 seconds to go. Broncos double team Matthew to Alford. 10 seconds to go. Alford sends it left wing to Helms. Down low on the baseline to Matthew with 4 seconds to go. To Helms with 2 seconds. Now a long three by Armstrong. Rolls off the front of the rim as the third quarter buzzer sounds, and Jeff leads 37-31. The Bronco basketball on Jeff 92. 31, and Paul, the Raiders outscored Jeff in that quarter 11-7 in what was a real low-scoring quarter. Yeah, the Raiders have to be pleased they're within 6 points here. Raiders start the fourth quarter with the ball. It's Brandon Alford with it. Front court moving right to left to Matthew. Matthew double teamed on the baseline. He draws contact. Got the shot off. Almost got it to fall. It would not fall, though. And Christian will go to the line for 2 free throws. And Matthew's still looking for his first field goal, but he'll go to the line here for 2 free throws. As a foul was called on Cesar Munoz, his second. Team's 4th. The Raiders had the lead down to 4 points at one stage in the third quarter. Matthew misses the first free throw, and Matthew just has not really been able to get much going at all tonight, even from the foul line. He's 2 of 5 from the foul. Actually, check that. He's 2 of 5 from the foul line tonight. And Matthew makes the second. 1 of 2 there. 37-32 Jeff with 7:45 left, fourth quarter. Brandon Williams, Blaine Koger, Jordan Oakley, Joe Gamble, and Cesar Munoz, your fourth quarter starters. Munoz with it over on the far sideline. Looked like the Raiders were briefly in a 1-3-1 zone. Now they stretch it out man-to-man, and we've got communication problems that results in a Bronco turnover as Munoz and Gamble weren't on the same page, and the ball went off of Joe's fingertips out of bounds on the far sideline. Yeah, it was a completely unforced turnover there. Just a mistimed pass, and it looked like Joe Gamble wasn't looking for it to be coming to him. 14 Bronco turnovers. Lane Waters with the ball for Harrison in the front court for the Raiders. Out high to Armstrong and right wing to Waters. Man-to-man pressure by the Broncos. Top of the key to Matthew. He pulls up at the foul line and wouldn't fall. Buchanan, a rebound, missed the putback. Ball is tipped. Buchanan tried to save it, and he could not save it. The ball will go back to the Jeff Broncos. Boy, Buchanan had a point-blank shot at a putback down there, but he couldn't really get the shot up over the top of the rim, and he knocked the ball out of bounds then.
Yeah, and besides that, the Broncos have been playing some good half-court defense. It just seems like they can't afford to sit back and play conservatively here on offense.
Gamble misses the jumper at the foul line for the Broncos. Rebound to the Raiders. Raiders down by 5, 37-30. 6:48 left fourth quarter. And we've got Michael Harville in the game for Harrison. He's got the ball top of the key to Matthew now. Now left wing to Waters. Guarded by Williams. Waters top of the key. Picks up his dribble in the lane to Buchanan, and we've got a foul. Buchanan was not able to come up with a basketball in the pass, but we get a Bronco foul here. It's going to go against Jordan Oakley, his second, team's fifth. As Timmy Fogarty is going to check in for the Broncos, replacing Joe Gamble. 6:35 to go, fourth quarter, 37-32 Jeff. Christian Matthew inbounding baseline left for the Harrison Raiders into Waters, and Waters turned it over. Here's a steal by Williams. Williams going to be fouled in backcourt by Waters. That'll be Waters' first personal and the team's second. So 1 point has been scored here so far in the fourth quarter by Harrison from the foul line. We've played a minute and a half. Fogarty inbounding in backcourt for Jeff. Having a little trouble. He inbounds right in front of us. Gets it into Munoz. Munoz in the backcourt. Caesar dribbled it into the front court. Picked up defensively by Christian Matthew. Munoz bounces right wing to Williams. Raiders are, I think, man-to-man defense right now. That appears to be the case. Koger with the top of the key. In the lane to Oakley. And the pass is intercepted and stolen by Dylan Buchanan. Here come the Raiders down by 5. Left wing to Waters, front court. Top of the key to Armstrong and right wing to Harville. Down low on the block to Buchanan. He lost the ball. It's loose. Oakley dives for it. Ball is tipped out in the far corner. We got a scrum, and the Broncos come up with the ball. And then we get a foul on Harrison. Lane Waters is going to be whistled for his second personal. Raiders have 16 turnovers in the ball game. That was a mad scramble there, Paul, for the basketball, and the Broncos came away with the ball.
Yeah, loose ball, like about 4 Jeff Broncos around the ball, and it took all 4 of them to corral that one, and got the foul called on Lane Waters of Harrison.
Timmy Fogarty checks out for the Broncos, replaced by Joe Gamble. 5:50 left in the game, and Jeff clinging hold to a 5-point lead, 37-32. Gamble in the lane on the other end. He's fouled. Joe's going to shoot a couple free throws here. Try and push the Jeff lead to 7 if he can make them both. Joe tonight has 4 points, and he's 2 of a charity stripe. As Levi Armstrong picked up his second personal. Team foul number 3 against Harrison. Or check that. Team foul number 4 against Harrison in the half. Gamble's first free throw, good. Joe with 5, and that's the first Bronco point of the fourth quarter.
The Broncos now have all their starters in with the exception of Shane Wine, who has 4 fouls.
Gamble's second free throw, good. He got them both. Jeff lead is 7 again, 39-32. Raiders inbounding against full court pressure. Waters inbounds to Buchanan, deep in the backcourt. Off to Waters. And Waters token defensive pressure here by Williams as Waters brings it into the front court. Off to Harville, now right wing to Waters, down low underneath, and shot up and missed by Harville. Rebound is tipped, grabbed by Armstrong, and he's pushed and fouled by Jordan Oakley. That'll be Oakley's third personal and the team's 6th foul. Jeff still with the 39-32 lead. 5:25 left in this ball game. Raiders will inbound baseline left here in the front court with Michael Harville. Harville inbounds. Pass is broken up by Williams. We've got another scramble for the basketball here in front of the Raider bench, and we're going to get another personal foul gets called against Jordan Oakley. That'll be his 4th personal. And the Raiders are going to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, that ball was up in the air, got deflected by Brandon Richardson, who's up in the air. Joe Oakley jumped in there. Looked like he might have been trying to get the jump ball called, but he was whistled for the foul.
So the two Broncos centers, Shane Wyatt and Jordan Oakley, both with 4 personals. Wyatt on the bench. Oakley stays in the game. Waters, the free throw shooter, misses the front end of the 1-and-1 badly. Rebound to Jeff. Koger with the backcourt, and he'll dribble it into the front court. Picked up by Harville. Off the Gamble, top of the key. Gamble's going to back it out to the half-court line and gives off to Williams. 5:05 left, 39-32 Jeff. Gamble in the lane, spins, puts up a tough shot, banks it in. Joe has all 4 Broncos in the fourth quarter. 41-32 is the Jeff lead. Waters in backcourt for the Raiders. He'll bring up the far sideline into the front court. He bounces top of the key to Armstrong, and now left wing to Harville. They look down low for Buchanan, nothing there. Matthew with it. Matthew in the lane. Double team ball is loose, and here's the Broncos steal. Brandon Williams to the other end on Waters, puts it up and scores. Brandon Williams with his first 2 points of the ball game, and that gives Jeff its largest lead, 43-32, with 4:29 left here in tonight's ball game, being brought to you by Bob Roman Auto Group. Inbounding in backcourt is Matt Helms for the Raiders. Gets pressure into Buchanan. Buchanan back to Helms. He's still deep in the backcourt. And Helms is going to bring it across the half-court line. 4:20 left. Harrison trails 43-32. To Buchanan, baseline left, and Oakley has just fouled out of the ball game tonight with his 5th personal foul. It'll put Buchanan at the line for a 1-and-1. And Paul, I really think the Bronco post players tonight have really had a hard time adapting to the way this game has been called by the officials in the post.
Yeah, they really, Harrison doesn't have a big height advantage over him. It's pretty evenly matched in that respect. But as you say, it's been called. The foul's been called frequently inside. And, Oakley just, that was kind of a silly foul there. A push foul, pushing the back. And, that's not what Coach Blum was looking for. That could certainly hurt them bad against a better team.
But Jordan Oakley fouls out with 2 points, and he'll be replaced by the sophomore Shane Wyatt. And he's got 4 personals himself, so Shane's going to have to be careful here with 4:18 left. Dylan Buchanan, a 1-and-1 here for Harrison. His club down by 11. Dylan leads, tied for team-high honors with Harrison, and Harrison scoring with 8. Now he leads Harrison in scoring with 9 as he made the first free throw, so he'll get the bonus. Buchanan's second free throw is also made. 43-34 Broncos, 4:17 to go in the ball game. Williams with it. Off to Gamble. He drives the right side of the lane. Nice pass down low to Wyatt. We've got a whistle and a foul. The Raiders commit a foul to stop a bucket there, and actually it's a smart foul because that's just the team's 5th. The Broncos will take it out of bounds. Foul called by Armstrong, his 3rd.
Yeah, that was a great job by Joe Gamble of getting there in a beautiful pass, but it was called by the refs to be after the foul.
Williams with it, tried to penetrate for the Broncos, nothing there. Munoz will drive. He tries a pass again to Wyatt, deflected out by the Raiders. Broncos will again inbound on the baseline, leading 43-34.
Yeah, Wyatt's got 4 fouls, and you get the idea that the Broncos are trying to use him on offense as much as they can before he fouls out.
Williams with the ball, top of the key between the circles here for the Broncos. Guarded by Alford, now to Gamble. Gamble puts his head down, and he slipped on the baseline, but we do have a pushing foul called here on the Raiders on a shot attempt by Joe Gamble, and that foul is going to be called on Levi Armstrong, his 4th. That'll put Joe Gamble to the line for 2 free throws. Joe is 4 of 5 from the foul line tonight for Jeff. Gamble's first free throw in the air is good. He's got 9 points, so this free throw, if he makes it, will put him in the double figures. And he would be the second Bronco to reach double figures tonight. Shane Wyatt has 12 points to lead Jeff in scoring.
More than likely, the Broncos will get a chance to use their free throw shooting to put the game away here in this game.
So Gamble makes a pair. 45-34 Jeff, 3:50 to go in the game. Token pressure by Williams as Alford brings it up the floor and crosses the half-court line for the Raiders. Off to Helms. Helms on the baseline, double team. Back now to Alford, top of the key. Alford on the dribble, picks up his dribble, needs help. Swings it over on the left wing to Harville. Harville on the dribble, now right wing to Helms. He wants to drive in the lane, cut off. To Armstrong, now to Harville again, now to Alford. Alford with it top of the key, in trouble. Inside to Buchanan. He turned on Wyatt, and he scores for 2, and there was absolutely nothing Wyatt could do there with the 4 personals. Buchanan with 12, 45-36 Jeff.
Yeah, it's a smart play, but, you know, the Raiders are down by 9 points, and they need some quicker shots than that.
Oh, yeah, top baseline J is buried by Joe Gamble. Gamble coming alive in the 4th quarter with 7 points, 47-36 Broncos. Gamble had a very strong quarter last Saturday, or 4th quarter last Saturday against Anderson. On the other end, takes it right at Wyatt again. Missed the turnaround jumper. Rebound to Jeff's Brandon Williams. He had the ball knocked away from him. And then we get a pushing foul caught on the Raiders. It'll go against Brandon Alford, his first, and that'll be the team's 7th. So Brandon Williams will walk to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1. 2:42 left in the game, 47-36 Jeff. Lane Waters and Christian Matthews check back into the Harrison lineup. So Brandon Williams has scored 2 points so far in the ball game on a steal here in the 4th quarter, which he took it to the other end for an easy bucket. Williams at the line. His foul shot in the air, good. His 3rd point. Jeff by 12, 48-36. Of course, the Raiders not a high-octane offense, so a 12-point lead for the Broncos is going to make it tough on the Raiders here in the last 2:40 as the second free throw is missed by Williams. Here come the Raiders with the basketball. Matthew with it, top of the key, front court. Down low to Buchanan, got by Wyatt and laid it in for 2. And there's one strategy right now for Coach Van Arsdale and the Raiders, Paul. It's give it to Buchanan and go one-on-one against Wyatt. 14 for... And we get a turnover here on the Broncos. As I was about to say, Buchanan with 14 for the Raiders. Broncos with 12 turnovers, 48-38 Jeff with 2:15 left. Matthew with the ball, front court for the Raiders. So Waters at the high post. He bounces off to Matthew, right wing, lets a 3 fly, and he hit it. That's Christian's first made field goal of the ball game, and it comes with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Jeff's lead is 7, 48-41. Gamble with it, front court. Spins at the foul line, takes the jumper, and scores again. Joe with 10 points in the quarter. Jeff's lead is extended to 9, 50-41, with 1:51 left in the ball.
And builds character.
Paul, over the course of the last 2 ball games, it's become apparent that Joe Gamble apparently is the go-to guy for the Broncos in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he's really been strong for them in the clutch. The Raiders need some fast scoring here if they're going to stay in this ball game.
Raiders have got the ball, right wing. Matthew launches another 3. He hits again. He's got 2 threes here in the corner, both from the same spot on the floor. 50-44, Jeff. 1:30 to go, and the Raiders commit a personal foul. Lane Waters picks up his 3rd personal, and that's going to put Brandon Williams to the foul line for another 1-and-1. He's 1 of 2 at the foul line tonight. So as you said earlier, Paul, the Broncos are going to have plenty of opportunities to test their free throw shooting here down the stretch. First free throw by Williams is good. He'll get the bonus. 51-44 Jeff. Jeff's largest lead has been 12. Williams' second effort is good. He makes the pair, does the sophomore. 8-point lead for the Broncos. Raiders inbounding in backcourt against full court pressure into Matthew. Matthew double teamed. He finds Waters. Waters dribbles it into the front court. They'll probably look for Matthew again here. Waters with it. Off to Matthew, far corner. Matthew, good defense by Munoz as Matthew takes a wild shot. Rebound to the Raiders. Here's a 3 by Harville, and he sinks a 3. Raiders Raiders have hit threes on 3 consecutive possessions. 52-47, Jeff, as Williams is banged to the floor by Michael Harville. Harville's second, and Williams will go again to the line. He's 3 out of 4 here in the fourth quarter from the free throw line, but the Raiders, Paul, not quitting. They've made 3 consecutive threes.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they're definitely going for Christian Matthew down there on that side of the floor, but he was covered very well by Cesar Munoz. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but it worked, and they got a three-pointer from Harville.
Well, Williams makes the front end of the 1-and-1. He'll get the bonus. Jeff leading 53-47. 1:08 left in the ballgame. Harrison has 9 team fouls, so the next Harrison foul will put Jeff at the line for 2 free throws as Williams makes a pair. Williams has made 4 free throws in a row for the Broncos. Harrison inbounds against the full court pressure. Matthew up the far sideline into the front court. Matthew double team to Waters, top of the key. 1 minute to go in the basketball game. 54-47 Jeff. Waters at the half court line. Waters to the left wing out of the baseline. A shot wouldn't fall. Rebound grabbed by Gamble to Koger. Koger to the other end to the baseline. Shot up blocked by Matthew. And we get a foul on Matthew. Matthew with a block, and I think Christian thought he got all ball on that, but Blaine Koger's going to the line for 2 free throws here for Jeff. For Matthew, his second personal. Blaine Koger has 9 points on 3 made threes. His first free throw is good. Now he's into double figures with 10. He's the second. Actually, he's the third Bronco player to reach double figures. Koger's second free throw also made. 56-47, Jeff, with 47 seconds left in the game. Inbounds pass to Matthew. He dribbled it off his foot out of bounds on the end line. And for the Harrison Raiders, that's their 18th turnover, and all that may just about do it here.
Yeah, you know, that's been the story of the game for Christian Matthew right there. Just, you kind of not pay attention and dribbled it out of bounds.
No, we get a foul here on the inbounds play, and it's going to go against the Broncos. An illegal screen going to go against Timmy Fogarty, who checked into the lineup, and that's his third personal. Team's 9th, and that'll will not send the Raiders to the line. They'll inbound in backcourt. Player control foul, so no free throws by the Raiders. And Lane Waters will inbound. Coach Van Arsdale wants an explanation as to why the Raiders are not shooting a 1-and-1, but I think the officials, now the officials are going to say, they're going to correct the call here, and they're going to send the Raiders to the line for a 1-and-1.
Now Coach Bunnell's asking for the explanation as well.
We get 2 officials having a conference in front of the Raider bench. The Raiders will be at the line. It's Christian Matthew, the free throw shooter. He's got 7 points tonight. 6 of those, actually, check that, he's got 9 points tonight. 7 of those in this quarter. Matthew, a 1-and-1, makes the free throw. So he's into double figures now with 10, but as I said, 8 of those now have been in this quarter, so he hadn't even made a field goal until 2 minutes were left in the game. And he made both on the second. 56-49 Broncos, and we get a travel on the Broncos. Inbounds pass to Williams. He shuffled his feet. 13 Bronco turnovers now. 45 seconds left. The Raiders down 56-49. Get the ball back here.
Yeah, as Williams got that inbounds pass, they went straight for him. It looked like they were going for a foul, but he was called for the travel.
Long three, Matthew. He drained it top of the key, about a 27-footer between the circles, top of the key, and his offense is really heating up now. Ball here in the fourth quarter, 3 with 42 seconds left, and this quarter gets Raider full court pressure. Gamble inbounds to Koger. Koger is quickly fouled by Levi Armstrong, and I think that's Levi's 5th personal, so he'll be done. His eligibility has expired. That's his 5th personal, so Coach Van Arsdale will have to decide who he wants to replace him with, but Blaine Koger will be the free throw shooter. Double bonus for Jeff. Blaine with 11 points in the ballgame. And Matt Helms will replace Levi Armstrong. Levi fouls out with 2 points. Well, the Broncos have hit their free throws in the fourth quarter, that's for sure. They're 11 of 12 here in the fourth quarter from the foul line.
Yeah, the Broncos have made their free throws, but the Raiders have made their three-point shots.
That's very true. Koger makes the first of two. 57-52 Broncos with 40.9 seconds to go in the ball game. And Koger makes the pair. 6-point Bronco lead. Raiders inbound against the full court pressure. Matthew in backcourt. Now to Waters. And Waters will dribble the ball into the front court. 34 seconds to go. Waters comes down the right side of the lane. Lobs it to Buchanan, who lays it in for two. And we've got a stoppage of play. And did they wave off that bucket? Now we got a foul spotted on Jeff before the bucket. Foul called on Brandon Williams, his third, and that's going to put Lane Waters at the foul line for two foul shots. Waters missed the free throw, so that's a bad break there for Harrison. They did not get the 2 points.
Yeah, that's the last thing the Broncos want to do is foul. And stopping the clock is what the Raiders want most.
Yeah, but Waters missed the pair. Rebound is tipped out to the Raiders. Matthew with the top of the key to Waters. He won't shoot the three. 25 seconds to go. He was open. Now he shoots a contested three. Misses it. Rebound down low to Buchanan, and he scores on the putback. 17 seconds to go. Here's a long outlet pass to Fogarty. To Williams. Williams holds the ball and waits for a foul, and it comes from Christian Matthew. Matthews third. Williams to the foul line. Jeff by 4. 58-54 with 11.7 left in the ball game. Williams with 7 points. All 7 of those points here in the fourth quarter. He's 5 of 6 from the foul line in this quarter. And it's become a free throw shooting game, and the Broncos have responded down the stretch. As Williams makes the first of two. He's got 8. 59-54. The one thing the Broncos do not want to do is foul a three-point shooter here down the stretch. That's really the only thing that could probably get the Raiders back in the ball game, as Williams missed the second. Here comes Matthews. Matthews pulls up for a long three, missed it short. Got his own rebound, fires another three, no good. And a putback is good by Helm, but it comes too late. In terms of the final score anyway, the bucket will count by Matt Helms, but too little too late for the Raiders. The Broncos prevail here, 59-56 against the Harrison Raiders here at the Crowley Center this evening. 59-56 the final. The Broncos improved to 10-3. They're now 4-1 in the